Greetings everyone! Welcome to my review of Sonic the Hedgehog issue 283. Here we are. The heroes have all 7 Chaos Emeralds and all 7 Gaia Keys. Time to go to the Apato's Gate and fix the world, right? Nope. Here's what they're actually doing. Sonic and Sally are making a conference call to all their friends and allies they've met during the Shattered World Crisis. I should point out that this is a secure transmission, so there is no chance of Eggman or Eggman loyalists intercepting this. Besides, these are allies they can trust, right? Anyway, Sonic pretty much says what I've already mentioned in the introduction, so we can move on. Sally explains that Eggman's focusing on finding Gaia temples and has indeed found some. For example, the one Axel's gang's occupying is a legitimate temple, as opposed to a decoy temple occupied by Clove's forces. Sally's proposing to their friends to launch a simultaneous worldwide attack on Eggman's forces with the purpose of distracting the Eggman Empire long enough for the Freedom Fighters to restore the planet. Until the attack begins, Sally sent 2 team members to Mobotropolis to seal away the emeralds and the keys in the castle vault. Said members are Big the Cat and Cream the Rabbit. Though, why would Sally leave out Cheese the Chow is beyond me. Before going over to the castle, they spent some time with Vanilla. Oh hi Gemerald. For those who decided to skip the Worlds Unite crossover last year, this will be the first time you'll see him in comic form. His purpose is to escort Big, Cream, and the MacGuffin box to the castle and observe the box being placed in the safe. Back on Sky Patrol, Sonic says the Freedom Fighters will remain on Eggman's main radar before turning the floor over to Chip. He introduces himself and says his job is to restore the planet. Chip says Sonic and company have shown him the world and can count on everyone watching to save it. So will the viewers help out? Of course. And if you're wondering, the Shamar group tells Nep this, but she won't tell Eggman. With everyone on board, Sally says her thanks and ends the transmission. So they used Omochow as a camera. Weird. Sally has to make sure to contact anyone they missed, and most importantly, find out the status of the Knuckles Amy Master Emerald quest. But no worries, right? The team is ready to put the world back together and Eggman will be humiliated. Yep, no worries at all. Except for a certain orange abomination hiding in the vents sending a signal to Eggman. Which leads us to our second story. Eggman setting up a separate partition to contain Phage. Remember her? We learn why Eggman's mad at her. While she was created to absorb and destroy databases, her first target was Eggman's own database, and he lost 60 terabytes of data. Whoops. She tried to appease Eggman by trying to get a couple of Red Star rings and a Chaos Emerald, but she only succeeded at trolling Gun. With Phage contained, Orba insists that Eggman take a look at the transmission from the Tails doll. Said transmission is Sonic and Sally's message to their allies. Uh-oh. Eggman's clearly not happy about this, and has the transmission terminated before he gets to the part about Chip. Orba and Cubot are ready to throw in the towel. Eggman, however, is determined to achieve victory. First things first, he decides to have Phage link up with the Tails doll. Well, if you want your digital no-face to connect to the cuddly version of the thing, that's your prerogative. Eggman sets up a conference call with the following. Battle Cuckoo 15 because he wants him to attack Sky Patrol at a key moment. Wendy so he can have her send the Witch Carters to back up the Hooligans, who's tasked with breaking into the castle vault and stealing the MacGuffin box. Eggman's no fool. In addition to the 6 wackos, he'll also send Metal Sonic, among other forces. Once everyone's in position, Eggman will give additional orders, and with that, he ends transmission. Eggman orders Orbot not to inform the other Egg bosses about this plan in order to lure Sonic into a false sense of security. A checkup on Eggman Land reveals the Egg bosses shipped their Batniks to the facility to replace the ones lost during Eggman's dozen. The defenses are online, and the Dark Gaia Energy collection is almost finished. Eggman then plots a course for Eggman Land so he can infuse the Death Egg with the energy. Finally, Eggman was able to deduce that the Freedom Fighters have found a single access point to the inner chambers of the Gaia Temples by checking out Metal Sonic's logs featuring Gregarios from way back in the Champions arc. The story and the issue ends with Eggman confident in his victory, with everyone getting into position. Despite this issue having two 10-page stories, they're basically two sides of the same coin. Both sides making endgame plans. For Sonic and the Freedom Fighters, they're contacting all of their friends and allies to launch a coordinated attack against the Eggman Empire as a distraction while they heal the world in one fell swoop, with the MacGuffin box safe until the right time. When Eggman learns of their plan, he plans his own counteroffensive, contacting only selected individuals, wanting to steal the MacGuffin box so that he can hold the world hostage, and ultimately have the Dark Gaia power all to himself to terrorize the planet. Here's the thing, both sides have something the other doesn't know about. For the Freedom Fighters, they don't know the Tails doll slurping through the vents. For Eggman, he doesn't know about Chip/Light Gaia. He cut off the transmission before that part. Could these elements give their respective sides an advantage? Here's a couple of personal what-if scenarios, though I'd be surprised if any of them come true in the following issues. As seen last issue, Chip can neutralize Dark Gaia energy. Now I know what you're asking, why doesn't he do it to Sonic the Werehog? And I would say, plot convenience. Anyway, is it possible for the spirit to mess with the energy meant for the Death Egg, thus making it unusable for Eggman? And there's the Tails doll. It could sabotage Sky Patrol systems while the airship fights the Battle Cuckoo Fortress. Plus, it could grow and burst out of Sky Patrol like a chest burster. And I apologize for the imagery. I could go on speculating, but we'd be here all day. You might ask, why don't the Freedom Fighters just go ahead and put the world back together right away? I was thinking that when I first read it, but when looking at it again, there were factors to consider. As I said earlier, some egg forces are occupying legitimate temples, so they have to be dealt with. And then the heroes have to make sure Angel Island's not a casualty when they put the world back together. The score I'm giving these two stories together is 7. It's a nice breather issue after that whole collectathon thing. There's good penciling by Jamal and Jennifer, and I do like the brief look into Cream's home life before she, Big, and Jumaro place the MacGuffin box in the castle vault. Seeing the various friends and allies Sonic and company met during their travels helps bring everything together. Ultimately, this issue was set up for the final arc in the Shattered World Crisis, Panic in the Sky. As Gandalf the White said in Return of the King, the board is set, the pieces are moving. And we'll see that movement next time. Until then, have a good day and be safe. He may be a simple cat, but Big drinks that tea like a sir.